why should the educational structure in Ghana produce people who finish university to go and drive taxis or Uber? If I wanted to drive a car, I wouldn't go to the university. Yeah. There is an evolution. The evolution is too fast. You need to brace yourself and prepare yourself very well ahead of time. If not, you are educated, you have all the degrees, but it doesn't mean anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We've been discussing things I wish I knew before I was 30 here on Gen Z Diaries. If you just joined us, you've missed two powerful episodes where our guest, Prophet Dr. Kofi Oduro, talked about maturity. He talked about things concerning how to deal with our parents. On the previous episode where I learned a lot, he talked about red flags, relationships and all that. So for those who were watching at home, he talked about yellow flags. That doesn't mean that move every red flag to yellow and think you can work on it. I know how people think because I'm just like you. So today we are delving deeper. We are taking it a step further. Today we'll mainly be talking about education. One of the most important, I remember in the previous episode, he talked about the formative years. He talked about the first stage to 25, where you go to school, you do your courses, your PhD and all that. So today we are focusing on that because you've still not turned 30. So welcome back. Hello, Dr. Kofi.
I'm excited to be on your set again.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time and your patience.
It's a great blessing for us.
The depth of knowledge you are giving us. So quickly, I want to get into it, Papa. The question is, education. It's such an integral part of our daily lives, especially in these times. It's like, if you miss your education, you've missed it. You've missed a lot. However, things might resurface, but it will take a longer while. The question becomes, in picking my course to do in school, what do I pick? Is it based on my interest, or I should study the job market and then think about this will get me a job or that will get me a job quicker? So what do I look at? Or is it what my parents want me to do? Is it what my pastor? Because we are speaking to a powerful prophet, a very deep prophet. Is it that if my prophet tells me this is your blueprint, this is what you must do, well, how exactly do I choose my course in the university?
I mean, it's all together. Welcoming your audience and thanking them for connecting with us. It's all that set together. But, you know, the importance, the essence, the significance of education,
Yes, sir.
the value can never be underestimated.
Yes, sir.
The bad thing is that, I have been saddened by the phenomenology, how so many young people have finished university and cannot find a place
Yes.
in the job market.
Yes.
I said once, that why should the educational structure in Ghana produce people who finish university to go and drive taxis
Yes.
or Uber, whatever the companies are, to go and drive cabs. Now, if I wanted to drive a car, I wouldn't go to the university. Yeah, so we should look at it on those lines. Now, the point is this. I traveled to the States and was with my brother and his wife. His wife is a cybersecurity analyst. He is a cybersecurity analyst. They introduced me to two friends. Both of them are cybersecurity analysts. Wow. They all live in the same vicinity. Wow. They are all doing cyber jobs in the United States. Now, when my brother was traveling to the States, he was a journalist, worked with multimedia. Now, the amazing thing was that how did he transition from journalism into IT jobs? Now, because over there when he arrived in the United States, no journalism job was waiting for him there.
Yes, sir.
So then you will need to study the job market. Now, the truth is that he had already finished university.
Yeah.
So then he is going to transition. But we are now in it.
Yes.
So this is the dispensation where you don't pursue one course. A person can be in a university and pursuing triple, quadruple programs at the same time and paying all at the same time. So you are going to understand that the world is evolving. I keep saying that. There is an evolution. The evolution is too fast, happening too fast. So then you need to brace yourself and prepare yourself very well ahead of time so that you might be able to meet. If not, you will be made, redundant. You'll be made a non-entity. You are educated. You have all the degrees, but it doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, you want to do what you love, your interest, like you said. So if you want to do what you love, yes. Question, does what you love put food on your table?
Okay.
So there are factors that needs to come together. Yes, I need to do what I love, but what I love must pay the bills. Apart from paying the bills, it must be able to bring me satisfaction.
Yes, sir.
So then I will need to put all these together. However, sometimes you come from a lineage of, the elite.
Yes.
Your parents live in this notoriety, clout, or space, or and they will love the continuity of that.
Yes, sir.
Your father is a lawyer. He wants lawyers. Doctor wants doctors. Preacher wants preachers. That kind of thing. Businessman wants businessman. But sometimes, I know a surgeon whose son wanted to be a musician, but not the type we know, wanted to be a musician in the performing arts kind of musician. But the parents were like, come on, allow him. Many years ago, Mrs. Rollins made a statement. And those were the time of 31st December, daycare centers, schools. And she said, I don't force my children to do what I want. If my child wants to be anything, and she cited an example of, if my child wants to be a shoemaker, that child must be the best shoemaker. Wow. So my job as a parent is to help that child to be the best shoemaker. And I think that is a very powerful statement. So sometimes we will urge our parents not to be too rigid and too stringent, but remain a little bit flexible, because the job market is now unstable.
Yes.
In those days where somebody said, I'm a stenographer. Stenography does not exist in my generation. Yeah. I'm a typist.
Yeah.
How can you be a typist in this generation? Everybody is a typist right now. In those days where communication centers started and all that, somebody says, I'm a call attendant. How can you be a call attendant in this generation? Everybody is a call attendant. Everybody owns a laptop. Everybody owns a printer. So the days of, I work in a place and I conduct photocopies. Everybody now has one in their home. So that if that is the only thing you know to do, forget about it. You can't tell me you are a driver. Everybody is a driver now. Who is going to, now robots are going to be driving cars. Cars are driving themselves. And so that the job market is now unstable, uncertain. So this is the time where we pursue multiple careers at the same time. After observing the job market, observing and considering your interest, and also looking at the clout of notoriety from the family which you come from. Now, all these factors must be considered too. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You touched on something very key, and I remember back then. I'm happy you are getting nuggets that will help you, because back then when I was in level 100, we had a friend. We all used to call him Brian. Now, we had been given the courses we were doing, but Brian, besides his courses, was going to sit in the French class. And we thought, course now, so you are doing. Now, the guy was able to do French. And now, when I look back, I think In the university, they were teaching Russian, French, German, and all of that. I could have just picked up courses, sit there. I don't write exam, but then I would learn the language. So talking about this is a time where you can adapt many things, learn many things. It's a very key point that I think we should all note down. Okay, so
You know, skills have become very, very important. You know, skills have become so important in the generation I'm living in.
yes, sir.
You know, you can be able to finish a whole program in the university without any skill.
Yes, yes,
And when I say skill, I'm not only talking about something you can do.
yes,
The brain is an engine.
yes, sir.
The human brain is an engine, and when the brain starts working, it produces skill,
Yes, sir.
ability.
Yes.
You know, it produces tendency to do a lot. So skill is not only, you know, something hairdressing, shoemaking, all these stuff. Skill. I mean, there are people skilled on the computer.
Yes.
I mean, they are so skilled that you can't lock them in just one area.
Yes. Yes.
They are so skilled, you know. So that is what we should be driving at, you know, not just the credentials or the credence, but the skill.
Still.
Yeah.
So, so also you talked about interest. What your interest is? Is it bringing me money? Now, this is the question. My interest is bringing me money now. Let's say that we are in an era where everybody is dancing, right? From COVID and then TikTok and all that. People are dancing and it's fetching them money. And then people are doing other things based on their talents. So my talent is fetching me money now. Why shouldn't I quit school and focus? Because most of the some of the greats, they quit school and continued. Should I still stay in school? If I realize this is what I want to do, I am better off not being in school. Do I still stay in school? What role does education play? Or I should follow my talents, start making money, and then perfect my craft? How do I balance these things?
It's a very interesting question. One of my boys, I traveled out of the country, coming back from the airport. I visited an arms shop.
Okay.
So I think security-wise, they were monitoring me, thinking possibly I had hidden an arm, a sidearm or something in my baggage. So they threw out my carry-on bag looking for something. So I asked them, "What are you looking for?" Because I packed the bag. So tell me what you are looking for so I can help you find it easily.
Yes, sir.
And they said, "Well, drugs, arms, and all that." I said, "Drugs you won't find, arms you won't find, money laundering you won't find." So pack the bags back. They tried to pack it, and because they had floated everything out, the clutter, it couldn't close. Finally, when the bag closed, now the lock had messed up, so I needed a padlock. Went to a shop close by, bought a padlock, tried to lock the bag. And I forgot the numbers when I arrived. So I left that. I said, I don't need anything in it right now. So I left it. 1 month after, I saw my boy trying to, you know, A4 sheets, a lot of it, numbers, writing numbers, you know. 3 months, he brought me the padlock. It was unlocked. And I said, "How did you do that?"
All the possible combinations.
Yeah. And he said to me, out of the 4 digits, 1 to 1,000 is the digits.
Wow.
I said, "But that is coding." He said, "Yes." But I said, "You have never been to an IT school." And this boy at the time was not even in JHS. Wow. So he's a natural in IT. Okay. He's doing IT now in the university. Now, he said to me at that time, he's the first person to tell me my phone was tapped.
Oh, okay.
How many years the phone was tapped. First person to create a code to counter that code that was tapping my phone. Wow. Yeah. And he did that when he was in JHS.
Wow.
So then he said to me, "Let me go out and just face my destiny." I said, "No, finish school." Everything happens from a platform.
Yes, sir.
No plane can launch out without a particular station.
Yes, sir.
You need the rudiment, you need the fundamentals or the foundation.
Yes, sir.
So then you can't just launch out. Rockets have a launch out stations. Planes have an airport. Cars have a station. You need trains have a station. You need a launching pad.
Yes, sir.
So then finish education. So all these people who leave school doing all that is going to catch up very soon. I mean, how long are we going to continue to dance at TikTok?
Yes, sir.
How long are we going to continue to that? The human brain works in such a way that when it sees this for some time, it gets tired with it.
Yeah.
It gets saturated.
Yes, sir.
Once you see some, why didn't they stay in iPhone 1?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they know that you use the phone for 6 months and you get bored with it. You want something else. And they don't do much to the phones. They just change this little bits and we are crazy excited about it because that's how the mind works. And so I would never advise anybody to quit school. Go for it. Go for it. I mean, it will bring you that advantage with time.
Yes, sir.
If you have the opportunity, don't miss it. Yeah, and don't quit school because premature exposure has killed a lot of people.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to mention names because there are so many popular people our audience watching as new. But premature exposure killed them.
Yes, sir.
So don't rush into, because everybody loves money in my generation. Everybody wants to make money. I was speaking to 2 young men and I said, I know you love money, but be careful the way you make it. And they said, we don't care how we make it, as long as we make it.
Wow.
I mean, that is the way this generation is thinking.
Yes, sir.
We don't care the way we make it, as long as so people are sleeping in coffins at the cemetery, walking naked on the streets of Accra and places and all that, in the name to make money. So your education is I mean, it's only this generation that believes that you can make it without education. You can make it. They believe you can make it without process, without time, without planning, without patience. This generation is the only that believes you can make it without God and faith.
It's a fast food generation. You want everything quickly. So we've been having an exciting chat. And one thing I've picked today is that education is a launching pad or is a launch pad. So you do not see it as something different from what you are doing, or it's like you begin to feel it's taken away from your talent, what you want to do now. No, you have to finish school. It's like whatever you are doing, do it along with your education, because that's what will launch you to fulfill what exactly you want to do. So it's been another exciting episode. Papa, I want to thank you for...
I am going to rather thank you very much for the honor. I'm so grateful.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Amen. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friend, because the nuggets he's given us, it will help all of us. We are talking about things I wish I knew before I was 30. But then now I'm even learning even more than the young people. So, ladies and gentlemen, catch you same time next week. Bye-bye.